Good evening, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you once again, and we've got an unbagging and an unboxing because I'm going to assume in this bag is a small box. And as you can see, this is from our friends at, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, AXIL. And it's funny because when I peeled the shipping label off, it said hazmat. Surface transportation only, USPS tracking, hazmat. And do they now do batteries as hazmat? I don't know, because the potential for batteries to explode, that would be new to me. So ground transportation only. So this came pretty quick, I will say. It took longer for AXIL to process my payment. Well, let me rephrase that. The payment was processed, at least accepted immediately on a workday. And it took a number of days to before I got the notification that, hey, shipping. So, in fact, let me look at my paperwork here. When did they say? Thanks. Today is actually pretty quick, within 4 days, because I think on their website they say, 1 to 2 business days shipping. So they shipped it pretty quick. I'll say they shipped it very quick once I got my confirmation that my order it went through, kind of thing. And what this is, all kind of stickiness on the package, is the AXIL XCOR Ultimate Wireless Ear Pro Buds. Now, I think I've spoken about Ear Pro plenty of times over the years, and I'm looking to see where I had. I take my ear protection to the welding class that I attend as well. And I use the little gels. Naturally, now that I'm looking for one, I can't find it. But I use the little gel neoprene kind of earbud that I just stick in my ear. No electronic stuff for the welding class, nor the range. I actually don't, I'm not an electronic earmuff fan. I'm not an earmuff fan for the range, just because of the comfort level. So, and I've tried a number of different small buds and custom earbuds and, drop in the water and form them to your ear kind of thing. And quite honestly, I found that the ones that work the best for me are the little, in fact, the gelish ones. Let me grab my range versions. So when I'm shooting something like a 416 Barrett, I will bust out my Walker quads. And the quads are supposed to distinguish noise from front and rear, and they kind of do. And I got these on a daily deal probably a year and some change ago, so no complaints. But I have these in my range bag as a just in case. But these are my go-tos. This is the exact type of, so when I say gel, this is what I'm referring to. This kind of neoprene thing. Very simple. Just put a little, moisten this up and jam it in the ear and I'm good. I've tried all kind of, active, passive, indoor, outdoor stuff. And I found that for me, in general, rifle pistol shooting, this works just fine. But there's no shortage of getting inundated with ads, whether that's when I'm looking in Facebook Marketplace for, restoration projects or whatever. I see the ads for these all over the place, and they're expensive. There's 2 versions, the non-Bluetooth and the Bluetooth. And I thought to myself, do I really need Bluetooth? Do I need to spend, after my final price, 50% more to have Bluetooth support? The complexity, the frustration, the potential non-working functionality of Bluetooth on a pair of earbuds for shooting. Do I need to be on the phone at the range? And I said to myself, no, I don't. So I saved myself another 50% on the final cost of these. So you see these on sale all the time, and this particular set I think was $199. The Bluetooth version on the Rainforest. The Rainforest only sells the Bluetooth version. So if you go on AXIL's website, it's $299, and they give you $100 off. So $199, same price as on the Rainforest. But these guys on their website offer you the non-Bluetooth version, and that came in at another 50% savings. So $199 for the non-Bluetooth version on AXIL's website, XCOR, came in at $100, $99 plus tax. So I thought for $99, and they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I'd prefer to buy on the Rainforest because the money-back process, the return process, and the refund process is probably a lot better on the Rainforest than it is on AXIL's. So I thought I'd give it a try. I watched YouTube videos over the years. Most of the reviews are very positive on these. Again, I'm not the biggest fan on electronic ear protection for the range. Very simplistic box, very Apple-esque. I don't think there's a magnet in there, but very elegant, nice, plain and simple. It's a box. Who cares about the box? And here we have the hearing protection, the EarPro. So within here we have, that's a nice arrangement. We have obviously the USB, I'm assuming C. Yep, USB-C charging. We'll charge these up tonight. So this will be the unboxing first look and potentially sizing. Oh, that's nice that it actually reseals as opposed to like a one-time. And it looks like there are neoprene and cushion. And I've heard the cushion are the better way to go. So it looks like we've got 3 sizes of the neoprene and 3 sizes of the cushion. And it looks like the medium ones are installed right now. So let's hopefully put this back on so that it will reseal nicely and stay. It's kind of like a Apple iPhone protected screen pad, protective glass protector. It never goes on to cover exactly what you need it to cover. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Good enough. We'll keep that in here. So that means the medium cushions are what's default installed here. And I think there's a gray box and this gray box and a black box. So I think the grays are the non Bluetooth. So it feels just like the Apple AirPods in terms of the little case. This case feels a little flimsy. At least this top does. But again, hey, as long as it works. I have no idea how to use these, and that's the instructions. So, or maybe there are instructions in there. Maybe that, actually I'm joking, maybe that does come out. Oh, yeah, it does. It says quick start. So, before I bash them, let's pull out the quick start. Yeah, I didn't realize that was... Okay, this is a little too cute. There's no reason to have the quick start guide in a sealed black plastic baggie that I'm going to cut because trying to open it. Okay, that is totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. Start guide, general foam, and then silicone. What did I say? If I didn't say general foam and silicone, that's what I meant to say. Small, medium, and large. Small, medium, and large. Good for audio and general hearing purposes. Offers mild hearing protection. So the better hearing protection for best for shooting. So the general foam, and that's again what this one is. So what do we have here? We have to remove that. and we have to remove that. So I wonder if they're even charged. Step 2. What was step 1? Step 1, proper tip installation. Critical, choose the tip that's right for the level of hearing protection you need. All right, so we're going to go with foam. I'm going to start with medium. God damn, fucking diabetic fool. Step 2, place the tip on the sound port. Already done. Step 3, check left and right indicator to be sure of proper placement. I don't know what there is to check, but whatever. Step 4, compress the foam so that it's smaller. Step 5, so that's, okay, whatever. Step 5, insert the earbud and tip into the ear canal as shown. What drew me to these was, and where is the right? Okay, so there's the left and there's the right. What drew me to these was the fact that once you put them in, you're supposed to twist them in your ear canal so that it kind of locks into the cutout of your ear, this cutout. So the videos that I've seen previously, again, there's a great example. Twist the earbud until positioned comfortably in your ear. So my understanding is you insert, and as you're pushing in, you would turn so that it sits in this opening, as opposed to like an Apple earbud, which just hangs out, and my Apple earbuds fall out all the time. Okay, once it's in your ear, earbud controls, rectangular button. That would tell me it's that button on either the left or the right. So since I'm right-handed, it would always be this button for me. Press rectangular button to toggle between modes. Hearing protection mode, intended to and designed for max hearing. Hearing enhanced mode, intended and designed for max hearing amplification. So, you need to hear Bambi in the bush. So that's not me. So I want hearing protection mode. Both modes give you the ability to hear with what's going on around you while protecting your hearing. Okay. The hearing protection mode is focused on protecting your hearing. The hearing enhancement mode is focused on amplifying your hearing. Voice notifications will indicate which mode you are on, i.e. protection mode and hearing enhancement mode. Okay, so that sounds like as soon as I turn it on, I will probably have a female voice. Let's see if I can do that to where you can hear it. So this is the right. I didn't hear anything, and I'm not seeing any lights. They may not be charged. Use the control area, earbud controls, touch control. Tap once to increase volume, tap twice to decrease volume. Long press is power on, power off. Inserting back into the case will power off. Earbuds will default into hearing protection mode at low volume. All right, so we're going to remove this sticker. We're going to remove this sticker. Not that that would have anything working. And let's see if they light up. Okay, so I'm going to assume that they are not charged, or they've been sitting on the shelf for so long that they lost their charge. Okay, I don't see any lights on here. Wow, that's one very short USB-C cable. There's our power light for this. So let's see if, do we have any type, oh yeah, we do. I don't know if you can see that, but we have our AX lighting up. Off, on. All right, so these are charging, so I will let them charge. Additional notes. Volume and mode controls are independent for each earbud. Oh, wow. They're not synchronized, so each bud will require adjustment. Ah, so that means you need to turn each one on. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Both the hearing protection and hearing enhancement modes have built-in protection amplification. Here are the volume presets. Hearing protection mode decibel level is set to 85 decibels at 1K. Hearing enhancement is set to 105. Note, for hearing protection mode, any sounds over 85 decibel will be compressed down to that level. For hearing enhancement, anything over 105 will be compressed down to 105. Okay. Before you use, test to ensure your hearing protection is working properly. Clap your hands next to your ears to make sure your earbuds are compressing loud sounds. Testing for shooting. Test 1 or 2 gunshots. Make sure everything is working before firing more. Okay. Solid green light for 5 seconds. Power on. Flashing green light. Hearing enhancement is working. Flashing black light every 30 seconds. How do you see a black light? Well, maybe it's easy on... What is this? That's my leftover cutting. So maybe flashing black light there. Solid black light for 1 second is power off. Okay. How to charge case. Charge time. Case and earbuds charge for approximately 2 hours. Black light illuminates while charging. White light turns on when fully charged. Okay, so this light will turn. So when they say black light, it's the blue light, like when you were a teenager and had a black light in your room and had a poster. Okay, at least those of us who grew up in the 70s. Opening lid. When charged, white light will illuminate for 5 seconds. When battery is low, black light, okay, so obviously battery's low, will illuminate. And then runtime. Oh, 15 hours for runtime, so it's not like you have to charge them up, well, depending on how you're out. So I would have preferred black as opposed to gray, but maybe the black ones are the Bluetooth, and I'm not going to pay 50% more for a feature that I'm not going to get 50% more value out of, so I'm fine with that. And we'll call that the first look for the AXIL earbuds. Might head to the range later this weekend in a number of days, so we'll say that that is probably going to be the thumbnail for the first look video on AXIL Ultimate Wireless Ear Pro Buds. More to come when I actually test them. So I'll probably tack on later on tonight, a couple hours from now, when this is fully charged. I'll do another follow-on video of, hey, these are charged, and try to turn them on and do the clap test. Obviously can't do the shooting test till I'm at the range, so maybe that's a part 2 of the video, or just hold on to this video and wrap that towards the end. We'll see how it goes. That's it for now. Okay, for you all, it was probably like a half a second. For me, it was multiple hours. We are at white, which means fully charged. And, look at that. Went back to, probably very sensitive. Went back to the blue light. Yeah, these are not as easy to get out. So one, I think I wish this would open up a little more, because with my fat fingers and the magnets, it's hard to get out. Harder to get out than a Apple AirPod. So that's, not a big deal, but it's, it is what it is. So we'll do the right one. Let's see if you can hear it. So this is on and off. Long push is on, long push is off. I don't know why it's blinking. Maybe it's already on. So, and then it will tell you when it goes on which mode it's in. So this is only for on, off, and mode. So let's see if you can hear it. I don't even know where the mic is on this camera. Okay, I heard it, but I don't think you did. Okay, so it's on, and then increase the volume. is a tap. I don't know if you heard the beep. 2 beeps, 3 beeps, 4 beeps. Double tap to lower it. That was 1 beep. Yeah, it's probably easier if I put it in my fucking ear than it is to try and do it without hearing it. So let me put it in my ear. Squishy, squishy. I don't know if I'm going to leave this particular sponge in. And let me see what mode it was in. Reduction mode. Here, okay, I need reduction mode. Double tap. Double tap. Double tap. Okay, when it gets all the way down to the bottom of the up and down volume, you'll get a beep beep. So, and you'll get a high pitch beep for when you increase. So I think it's got 5 levels, and then it gives you the beep. Yeah, 5 levels. And then I'm going to do a long pause. I'm going to do a long hold. Okay, so I'm going to call bullshit on the long hold because I can still hear stuff, and that was a 5-second hold. Looks like me, and it's still on. But the good thing is when you put them apparently in here, God, I'm just fat finger galore tonight. They go off, and I heard them go off. And I'll plug it back in. I'll leave it for some more time. Next video will be the range update. So I don't know that I need to compare or contrast to these. Maybe I will. You know, I'll have these in my range bag. So if these suck, I will go over. And look at that little bit of usage. And they're recharging because it's black light. It's not white. Let's see if it goes to white. It's going to nothing. Is it worth $100? We'll see. We'll see. More to come. Good day, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you again, and we are going to put the finishing touches on my evaluation, or we will make the last segment about the AXIL XCOR. Went to the range over the weekend, and these are my actual, and I think I showed the blue versions, but these are my actual earplugs that I've been using for many, many years. In fact, when I grab them, sometimes I would grab right here and it would pull out. That's why I have this marked. So this has been re-glued a number of times. So this is the one I usually take in and out, and I grab it by the stem. But I'll wet these. I'll put a little spit on my fingers, wet them, slide them in, and they are perfect for me. So I'll put a price on the screen here on what I probably paid for them, or maybe paid for them. I don't know, maybe 10 cents, 15 cents a piece. But I will do that. So you can get an idea of the vast differences of, you know, a few pennies, a few cents, disposable, no batteries required, you know, the footprint is, you know, that. Now let's talk about the AXILs. All right, so I did the full charge. In fact, a couple days worth of charge. I used the mediums, medium in the sense of medium sponge as opposed to silicone, and this is silicone. So I did not try the silicone. Maybe I will. Couple of thoughts. These were not uncomfortable, but they weren't as comfortable as these, and maybe it's because I'm used to these. Whereas, you know, this is a different material, so potentially putting the whoops, a little slippery, putting the silicone version in instead of the foam. But the instructions say for maximum protection, hearing protection, it's the foam. So I followed the directions. I don't have anything negative or bad to say about these, other than I can just talk about my experience. So sponged, put them in. I do like the fact that when you put them in, you turn them and then they seat in your ear canal. There's only 2 settings with this, and that's hearing protection and hearing enhancement. And as you can see, they're blinking, so they're on. And then a double tap for lower the volume and a single tap for raise the volume. I think there were 5 settings. And I left it at the lowest setting for hearing protection. And I played with some of the settings, and I think I settled on setting number 2-ish as most optimal for my needs. And then during the ceasefire, what I found is somehow, whatever I did, I was no longer able to turn them on or off. Whatever I pressed, I got nothing. Normally, if I press this once, it goes from hearing protection to hearing enhancement, and then pressing this, you know, somewhere in the center, a double tap or a single tap, changes the volume. In fact, let me read what the instructions say. One moment, please. Okay, so back to the instructions, which this is something that concerned me. So I had these around my neck as a just in case. And what didn't work for me was long press power on and off. For scenarios when the charging case is not around and there is battery wastage. So, you know, I had this on my bench, but when I was at the ceasefire and we were not allowed to go near our benches, I tried to do the long pause, or long press rather. Now, did that work this time? Let's see if we get some lights. Okay, so the only one lighting up now is this one. So let me try and do a long press on this. Okay, so now they're both off. So I got them into this state where nothing, you know, when I was pressing this button, nothing would react. But then when I tried to turn them back on again, let's try along. Oh, it looks like they're on, and it looks like they're on. So at the range, maybe, let's try that again. At the range, I could not get them to turn back on again. And maybe that's because, okay, so now the right one is on. You see the blinking. The left one is not. I tried to do a long press for power on, and it seems like okay, so it's now working. I couldn't get this to work at the range. And I had them out of my ears, and I was holding on to them, and I just couldn't get that to work. So my first thought was, well, I'm glad I had my backups, because even when these are off, they were close to this in terms of protection. You know, I don't know what the decibel rating of these are, but it's, you know, obviously not wonderful. So then I ended up putting them in the case, because when you put them in the case, that turns them off. As it says here, inserting earbuds back into the charging case will power off. So I use that as a reset. So I tried these a number of times. I was near anything from 223 to 22, walked over on the pistol side, all kinds of pistol. So these work, no question about it. the nice thing about these is when they're in your ear and you're talking to somebody and there's no shooting going on, you can hear their voices very clearly. This, not so much. So I guess it comes down to, is this worth, and they were on sale for $100, is this worth $100? That's a question you're going to have to ask yourself. For me, is it worth $100 over the convenience, cost, no battery, no recharging, easy to use, but yeah, they can break or at least fall, the pieces come out. But in general, are these viable? And I'm going to say that it's kind of like backup sights. So here's your EOTech red dot, and here's your iron sight backup. There's a place for both, and I am not going to send these back. I'm not going to return them. I am going to keep them. For me, I'll look at it as a electronic hearing protection alternative. You saw my Walker quads. I'm not unhappy with those either, but sometimes, especially in the summer months, I don't like having earmuffs on because it's, when it's 100+ degrees out and you're wearing earmuffs, electronic muffs, or even non-electronic muffs, it's just hot, hotty hot. Let me try this one more time. Give me one more blink. All right, that was like a 5-second. Now we have no more blink. Let's do another 5-second hold. See, that lit up immediately. That was not a long press. So let me... Okay, so I think that quick blink says they're off. And that was a much longer press. So I think this is just, getting used to the idiosyncrasies of the electronics. But, lots of positive reviews on YouTube. My review is not negative. They were not uncomfortable. They were not super comfortable. And maybe that's because I need to find a better size of the spongy stuff, the non-silicone version. They did work. There was never once where, I've had these in and I've been next to somebody shooting, like an AK or a 308, and I'm like, wow, that's loud. Never once did I say to myself, oh my God, this is too loud and these aren't working. So they did work. They did what they're supposed to do. Now it comes down to, my personal preference. Do I like these better? Or do I like this better? Carrying around a bunch of extra stuff versus, small and convenient. But I will say that, for the $100, I'll call it, again, the hearing protection investment alternative that gives me options. And for anybody who's in the shooting sports, options are a good thing. So that is my assessment of the XCOR, the AXIL XCOR. Take care, folks.